Hey everyone, it's the Angry Honey Badger coming to you again with a new build video. Today I'm playing as Mundo, who goes where he pleases, because that's just how he rolls. Um, Mundo is probably my first main character I actually started playing in League of Legends. I saw a friend play him, he played him fairly well, and I thought he was hilarious how he played, and just, Mundo's funny, let's face it, he's hilarious. So as you can see, that's why I have the corporate Mundo skin, because Mundo's just the bomb. So yeah, I'm playing as him today, and I'm going to show you how I build him and how I set up my masteries and runes. I'll actually get those out of the way in a second, but first I'll just say what I do at the beginning of the game. My first item I end up buying for Mundo is going to be a regrowth pendant. It's just a good item for anybody, especially if you're not sure how you're going to play a character or if it's the first time. Regrowth pendant's the way to go, just so you can stay in lane and get more experience, and you don't have to worry about, I mean, you can still take damage, but then you can just, chill out for a second and get all your health back. So regrowth pendants are always good, and you have the leftover money to buy a potion. So it's kind of a double whammy right there. So that's what I go for first on Mundo. I'll eventually be building the pendant into a Warmogs, kind of a, well, not a necessity with Mundo, but definitely an item you definitely pretty much want to get, because it's going to help him in just about every aspect of this whole build, and because of his passive, which is his 0.3% of his maximum health is regen to each second. So Warmog, so having more health is going to obviously help your passive. And so that's what I do for that, for build items. I also, at the beginning of the game, at level 1, I take my Q, which is his infected cleaver, or in my case, it's the infected briefcase. So that's what I take at level 1. It's good poke. It's got an awesomely short cooldown. I think with my rune setup and everything, it's just under 4 seconds. As you can see, I got ganked there. I didn't really have good map awareness, but that was their jungler coming up, so that's going to happen. But I'm going to go back since I'm dead, and I'm going to buy the beginning of my boots, which I'll be building towards Merc Treads. Just a kind of a half tanky build, but still putting out tons of damage late game. You go for the tank early part in this build, and then it translates later into a killy side of Mundo, because later we will be getting the Atma's Impaler. So we'll be getting all of that. And so I go for the Merc Treads, and we're going to try to gank him here, but that's not going to specifically work, which is alright. It's, whatever. But Merc Treads because of the magic resist, and then I also bought a health crystal, or whatever that thing's called. I don't even know the specific name, but I'm going to be building that towards the first main medium-sized item I'm getting, which is Spirit Visage, which is going to be really good because it is your increased health regen and cooldowns and more health. So that is his first item I like to get with him, because it is a good, I don't want to say cheap item, but it's not the most expensive, and you still get 30 magic resist, 250 health. So I'm going to get that first. They're going to try to gank me again like they did last time, about the same setup for them, but I'm going to just throw a cleaver in his face, or a briefcase, and slow him down, and I'm going to get away fine that time. And I'm just going to keep chucking briefcases as often as I can, really, as long as I have the health to support it. And as long as you hit with your briefcase, you get a percentage of your health back. So I'll always be chucking those out. So that's what I do for that. At level 2, I get my E, which is his added attack damage. So get that at level 2. We're going to do a little gank here of our own. We'll have mid and our jungler come up. We're going to get a couple kills here. I'm only, unfortunately, going to get 1 assist, though, out of this, which is interesting, but it happens. But I see a lot of people go for their W first with Mundo. Or not first, but they get it early, and I don't recommend doing that, because since all of that takes, it's your burning agony, by the way, I'm referring to. That's, yeah, right there, the circles of fire. Since it does a certain amount of your life per second, and it doesn't actually do that much damage early game, I don't recommend using it early game, because you don't have the health to support it, or the regen as much to support it. So I don't recommend getting that until level 7, really. You can get it at level 5, but for your first 4 levels, just be going back between your cleaver and your E, which is your added attack damage. So avoid the W, please, I beg of you. It's not worth it. I've killed many Mundos because they leave that on while they're fighting at level 2, and they basically kill themselves with it, because it's not doing as much damage as they think it is, and it's doing more damage to them. So don't do that. We're going to try to do another gank here on Shen. This one's going to go, I think, better. He's got all his health, though, but we're still going to make this work. I don't care that he's tanky. So I'm going to get in here, start hitting him, and then Nocturne's going to jump in here. We're just going to good old fear and all that fun stuff. Or maybe no fear, but whatever. We'll kill him anyways. And I'm going to get another assist. I think you can probably see where this game's going assist-wise. I'm going to have a million of them. But like I said, I was building towards Spirit Visage, and last time I went back, I finished it off. And I still have the first part of my boots. Nocturne's going to get killed. It's unfortunate, but it happens. And I'm just going to, keep laning. As for the spells I take, I like to take Ghost, and I like to take Ignite. Pretty standard. Yeah, you can watch this fight. I'm not going to say anything. Brand's going to die. But I get another assist. Imagine that. As for my spells, I take Ghost and Ignite. Ignite's obviously fun because everybody knows what Ignite does, so that's why I take Ignite. And I take Ghost, and although some people will disagree with taking Ghost because my ult already speeds me up, how much more ridiculous is it when you can use your ult and your Ghost at the same time and you're running it at like 500 plus? So why not? You can run people down way faster, chuck a briefcase, slow them down. You're just going to kill people. So I like using that to really catch up to people. We'll go for another little fight here since we're all up here again. I'm going to keep running because Ryze was in that bush, and he's going to take off now. We're going to work on Shen since he's the closest one to us. But yeah, that's why I take those spells. I ignited Shen there just to help do that bonus damage to kill him because he's annoying with his tankiness. And I don't know how that briefcase missed. That's just complete garbage right there, in my opinion. But I'll let that slide. As for the next item I'm starting to build, you can see I have some lifesteal with some health regen. That's going to be going towards my Starks Fervor. And it's a good item. I like the attack speed because with that attack speed you get from it and the lifesteal, it is just more added ways to get health back to Mundo. So as you can see, I've activated my E when I run into the fight, and I'm going to activate my W as well. Get both of those going when you're going to go fight and get your cleavers a throw in. Or briefcases, those two. And yeah, just get everything going and run in. And then activate your ult either at the middle or, last part of a fight. You can activate it at the beginning of a fight if you know you're going to be taking tons of damage immediately, but I mean that's obviously a little bit of a waste to do. So as you can see, I'm getting my lifesteal back from Dragon, and we're going to get into another fight here because they must have saw us taking Dragon. They're going to show up too late. I get knocked up, but I'm going to activate everything I got to start doing the damage I can and get in people's way since Mundo is pretty much a big sponge in fights. I'm going to get more assists, as you can see, and so now I have 8 assists. Luckily, I do get paid for those, or at least I get some gold back for them, so I can continue my build. I'm going to get the lifesteal portion of a Starks, or not lifesteal, I already have the lifesteal, the attack speed portion of Starks now. So we're just going to keep going on with that build for now, and it'll keep developing. But as I was saying, as for my runes, ignore Brand's lagging there. So now I'm going to just randomly get attacked here, but just ignore this. But as I was saying, for my runes, I like to go with... What do I like to go with? I do have my cooldown glyphs. There's 2 different ways you can do your quintessences, in my opinion. You can go attack damage, because eventually this is going to pan out with me going more attack damage. But I think for this game, I was going with attack damage. You could also do flat... health regeneration, because even more early game regen on Mundo is just ridiculous. You can keep using your briefcase without having to really worry about your health going down. You keep taking damage and your health will just come back crazy fast. And I do die there, which is unfortunate. We'll just ignore that because, it's whatever. But you can do those 2 quintessences if you want. Just take your pick, or a combination deal. As for my marks, I think I go with attack... or armor penetration marks this game, and for my seals, I think I just go with armor seals. So kind of basic. As you can see, I kind of have some of the same runes for a lot of my champions because I don't have a million runes. But these ones are some of the best ones in the game. So in my opinion. I have cooldown on everybody just for the sake of cooldowns. I just bush checked there and found that 2 of them were in there. That's one of the better things about the cleaver slash briefcase is it is fantastic for bush checking. So you can save yourself a million times. I think we've probably all walked into a bush once or twice and was immediately killed because there was a whole team waiting for you and you didn't know about it. So always bush check if you're unsure with your cleaver just to make yourself safe. So I just finished off my Starks, which is good. Now I got my lifesteal, attack speed, and all of the bonus adds from that item to help my teammates with their, they all get lifesteal and attack speed. So now I'm going to get kind of, I don't want to say mildly ganked. I kind of saw it coming. I thought my team was closer, but I'm going to barely get away here since I'm ignited with 4 health. And then I'm actually going to start to head back towards this fight because my ult just, you know, you can see the health piling on. I'm going to run back in here and finally get my first kill. That took way too long, by the way. I had way too many assists. But like I said, assists are never a bad thing. It means you're helping the team out. It's those people who go 0, 25, and 0. They're the problems. But gonna run back in here and the game gets confused which way I wanted to go around there. So Lee Sin's gonna die, which sucks, but I suppose it happens. And I'm just gonna run off and regroup because I don't need to fight them by myself. And yeah, that's gonna be that. So that's the runes I take that I was talking about probably a minute ago already. But obviously I'm not saying those are the best runes in the world, but I use those and they seem to work. And yeah, I don't really know what to talk about. Oh, we'll concentrate on how this build's working. Since Mundo's passive is the 0.3% of life every second, build lots of life. And that's also going to help us later too because we're going to be building an Atlas in this build. So here's another thing I want to say as a guide to anybody in the game. Go take Baron early game. Everybody seems to do it at level, I don't know, 15 or later. We're all level 13, 14, 15 now. I wish we could have taken it a little bit sooner, but 4 of us just took it completely fine. Why not take it even earlier? You can take Baron at around level 10. So get 4 of you if the laning phase of the game's pretty much over. And go take Baron early. It can turn the tide in any game early. So yeah, go do that. I'm recommending it. So Baron early equals victory. Or can. Or it can turn a game around that wasn't going to be a victory. So we're going to run in here because our team was getting messed up. We're going to fight Rise. Single him out. And get him killed. And I can finally get another kill, which is nice. I'm getting kills now because of the attack speed lifesteal. And then their team's going to come out of nowhere here and I'm going to get ignited. So that's going to end my regenning. And then Lee Sin's going to get kicked back there and he's going to get away. He kind of got lucky. So that was a good kick by the other Lee Sin to help our Lee Sin. So many Lee Sins. But yeah, I am back now, and as you can see, the next items I am building are the Atmas. I am getting those ready. I have the armor part, which is going to start helping me a little bit more against their Ezreal and against their Vayne on their team, so I'm going to be blocking more of their attacks. And now I have my crit chance, which is also going to be nice since I already have my attack speed. And I'm going to run back for a second and start my regenning of my health, and I'm going to run back and start helping kill the rest of their team. Well, it's one nice thing with Mundo is if you really are taking the damage and all your team is there to be able to start taking a little bit of damage, just run out of the fight for just a second while you're regenning. You'll get 200 health back in a matter of seconds. So a couple more assists. We have 12 of them already. It's going to happen, but they're paying me at least. So we're going to run up and start taking towers out now and activate. Obviously, your E when you're taking towers, you're going to be doing tons of damage. Your level 5 E ability does 100 added attack damage. So I think I am over, yeah, I'm 246 right now, and it slowly goes down as it ticks away, and then I go back down. But you can activate it almost as constantly as it is up. The cooldown's about the same length as its duration that it is up. So you can activate that just about all the time. And I'm just going to chuck a briefcase back in there because it scares everybody. So I'm going to go back again, and I'm going to finish off the Atmas, because that's the thing to do. But the next item I should be building, and I believe I am building, is going to be the Warmogs. And depending on how you're playing Mundo or what your team really needs support-wise, you can build this item earlier, skip out on the Starks, and go Warmogs before. So then by the time you do get your Atma, you are getting tons of that bonus damage because of the Atmas. 2% of your life is converted into attack damage. And at this point in the game, I'm going to help finish off Ezreal there. At this point in the game, you're to the point where you have enough magic resist and armor from just those couple items even that you become harder to kill, especially with all your life or all your health regen. Because as you can see, Shen was doing damage to me earlier, and now he's turning around and getting hit, and he's not knowing why he is taking more of a beating from me than usual, and why he's not dealing damage to me. I see he's going back, so I'm going to chuck a cleaver at him so he can't go back. Cleaver's always a good way to scare people from all types of stuff. He's going to taunt me here, so I'm going to start taking the turret. And if I would have ran another second back, I would have maybe got away, but I got another assist. I won't complain. I think, what, I'm 3, 4, and 15? 15 assists. Let's do it. But as you can see, I went back. I bought my Giant's Belt, which is going to be obviously one of the parts of my Warmogs. And that item, obviously, we all know about it. It gives you, what is it, like 920 health, and then your 30 health regen every 5 seconds, and then every minion kill you get a certain amount added to it. So late game Warmogs is going to be great. And I believe my attack damage right now is at about 170 with the Atmas. So a little bit of crit, a little bit of lifesteal, a little bit of attack speed. All these little bits of things are really helping Mundo. As you can see, my teammates start to run away, but I'm at the point where Mundo is tanky and fighty. So I'm just going to start regenerating my health in a bunch of different ways, and my team can do damage, so why not? I'm going to get a little bit of a double kill there, and I think Vayne decides to run off because, yeah, what was that, 4v3? And it was kind of a 4v1 for a split second. So I'm going to go take out this tower, and as you can see, each time I chop at it, doing good damage. So you could build more attack speed with Mundo if you really wanted to. So, I mean, you could do an attack speed build with Mundo and just run into fights, immediately activate your ultimate to live for a little bit, and then get, like, crit and attack speed and lifesteal. If you really wanted to try that build, there's a bunch of ways you could really build Mundo. We're going to go take Baron again, because Baron in our hands is nicer. And I have a lot of gold now from those last fights. So I'm going to finish off the Warmogs. And now I'm going to start that item, which would go towards, any guesses? Anybody guess? That's a Omen that we're going towards there with that. You know, because it's to the point where we're just going to keep stacking health and defense, because the Atma's is going to do the rest of the work. We got over 200 attack damage right now. We got our 17% crit chance, which is nice, and we got our 20% lifesteal, and yeah, we got our ultimate, which we can activate and not have to worry really. So I'm just gonna run in here, and Mundo's just gonna seriously go where he pleases, because that's how he works. Getting another kill there. Finally gonna activate my ult because they're starting to poke on me, and we're gonna kill Lee Sin, and then I get hit back by Vayne there, which kind of sucks, and so Nocturne's gonna die, but they are running after me, and yeah, they are doing damage because there's 3 of them, but I'm not really too worried right now, and they're gonna run away because I'm a bit quicker / Mundo. Why would you screw with him? Unless he's being built wrong, then that's probably why you'd screw with him. So I'm going to hang out, and I'm just regenerating my health crazy fast because of my passive and because of the Warmogs that I have and the Spirit Visage and that lifesteal I used on the Wolves to get more health back. So you don't really have to go back late game Mundo. I will say Mundo does work better and better the longer games usually go. So that's one nice thing about Mundo. He's still decent, obviously, early game. You saw me getting assists and doing damage, but late game Mundo is really where it's at. As you can see, I'm just running in kind of in the front and taking the damage if I can. They know not to really focus me because they don't do the damage as fast. And Ezreal actually is going to start doing some damage to me, but he's going to end up dying here because Brand comes in. So there's that. And I'm just going to, you know, keep running around. We're going to go chase Rise down now. And awesome score of 7, 4, and 19. Now 8, 4, and 19. Turn that around. Brand died. And I'm just going to push to finish this off because Mundo goes where he pleases. So that's the way I build Mundo. Obviously, you can do it a couple different ways. I feel like that way works out pretty much the best way. And yeah, thanks for watching, guys. I'll have more videos coming in the future. And subscribe. Thanks for watching.
Victory!